So as part of machine learning, let's try and understand Python a bit more. So we'll start off with this import statement, which a lot of people get confused about. But let's break it down and explain it to you in under 3 minutes. So this import statement over here, you can see there are two styles of import statement. One, which is like this, which is we are importing in the NumPy module. So this is code that somebody else has written and we're importing it and then aliasing it as NP. So for example, John, you may have a person called John and John may be called by his friend as Johnny. So in that case, when you say Johnny, that's your short name. You're using, or you might just call him Jay, whatever it is that you want to do, you call him by your preferred name. So you can import like NumPy over here, for example, and you can see that when you do that, then that still works, but then you have to refer to everything like this. So you have to go numpy.array and so on. So rather than do that, a lot of people tend to use NP for NumPy. So that's like your friendly name, like Johnny, and then you can use this syntax over here. But the top line looks a bit confusing. So let's move this down and have a look at this top line. So you can see it doesn't start off with the word import, it starts off with from. The reason it starts off with from is we are trying to import rather than the whole module. So this is the main module, and then within that there's submodule. So rather than import everything in, first what we're doing sklearn.metrics. So that's the first submodule. So you can see if I do a dot over here, you can see various other modules. There is like impute, inspection, but there's one called metrics. So that's the one we wanted. And then now you see the from part, and now you see the import statement. So this is now this part over here. And then what you say is you actually just want the two functions. So these two functions exist within this module. So we're just importing these two functions and nothing else. So nothing else is usable of this module unless you import it. Now there are various ways. So you can see we imported this in over here. We imported it here and we're using it over here. But you can, if you want, you can just leave this, change the statement rather than from, you can actually do this. So you can have the statement like this as well. So if you comment the top line out, and you can see now though, we're getting an error to say absolute is not defined. But when we run the code, so if I were to run this cell, you can see it still works because Python is able to figure it out. But VS Code is struggling to recognize it. So it goes, I'm not sure what do you mean? So what you have to do is you have to add in the full name like this and then do a dot, and you can see Visual Studio Code is no longer complaining. So that's what we mean by this. Rather than importing in the whole function, if you shorten the statement like this into this style, then you have to specify the full name of the module where the function is coming from. So if I undo this over here, you can see it's complaining at the minute because it can't find that function. But if you comment this line out and leave this one in, then you can see this is valid. So use this style statement is the preferred and the best practice, although you can use this if you wish. Just know that you're just importing in these two functions, and that's all that this is doing. So I hope this explains the complex import statement as part of the machine learning in Python.